haven't actually looked at these. I like how they work differently than some of the tabletop stuff. Bounty Hunter. Gain proficiency in investigation. Creatures you hit within snaring strike, either ranged or melee, have disadvantage in their saving throw. Keeper the Veil. Specialize in hunting creatures from other planes of existence. Gain proficiency in Arcana. Can cast protection from evil and good. Mage Breaker. Gain proficiency in Arcana. Can cast True Strike. Ranger Knigget. Sworn to serve a crown or nation and seek to bring its foes to ruin. Gain skill proficiency in history and armor proficiency with heavy armor. We're not interested in heavy armor. Sanctified Stalker. Swore to hunt the enemies of a holy or druidic order. Proficiency in religion and can cast Sacred Flames. I think we'll go with Bounty Hunter. I think that's going to be fine. Natural Explorer. After years traveling in the wild made you particularly attuned to beasts or adept at surviving certain environments. Beast Tamer, Find Familiar, Urban Tracker, Proficiency in Sleight of Hands. Well, that's quite cool, although... Do we need the proficiency before we pick Expertise as the rogue? I can't tell if this is really handy for us or redundant for us. Wasteland Wanderer Cold, so resistance to cold, resistance to fire, resistance to poison. We do love these. Yeah, do we need the Urban Tracker? I don't know. I mean, I guess what I could do is not pick it, and then see what happens when we splash in our level of rogue. Well, here's the thing: the rogue does get an extra proficiency anyway, so we could just use it to pick up the proficiency in sleight of hands if we need to. So I'm kind of tempted to just take like fire resistance because, you know, explosions and everything. Beast Tamer, I don't want to deal with the Find Familiar here, so I'm gonna take the fire res with the caveat that we might change our mind or something like that. Okay. Stat-wise, abso-freaking-lutely, we're still going to go and focus on dexterity. We might do the same thing as we did with Shadowheart here. And go 17 and 15 this way. And then, yeah, the ability score increase at level 4. Although we're not going to get level 4 immediately, because we're probably going to end up with at least the 1 level in Rogue. In fact, we might go level 1 Ranger, then 3 levels in Rogue to pick up Assassin, and then start working back over here. I'm not sure. Proficiency worth infinite less than fire res, poison res. Yes, I think that's probably fair. Giving him strength would help for a second weapon. Why? Why would strength matter for the second weapon? I mean, we don't get to add our strength bonus to our offhand attacks or anything like that. We'll probably, I mean, we're clearly going to want to be dexterity focused on Astarion here, so we're going to be using finesse weapons regardless. Strength will let him carry more. Strength would help with jumping, that's true, does give you more flexibility. That's a good point, Dothraki says. Is Sharpshooter not better in every way versus ASI? That's an excellent point. So Sharpshooter is what, like -5 to hit, +10 to damage, which is a substantial amount. I still kind of flavor-wise like the idea of him being a meleeer, but Sharpshooter and doing constant sniping is probably the correct answer. I'm sure you're right about that. The question is here, like, what do we do with our other stats? Like, putting up to a 14 in Wisdom might be good so that you can have Perception, which you're getting for free from the race, which is really nice. So Athletics is used for your actual jump distance, right? Perform physical stunts. Helps you shove and resist being shoved, but I think is also what's used for your jump distance. And yet, we don't need the int or the charisma. I mean, again, we know he's gorgeous. He doesn't need the charisma to prove it. So maybe what we do is we just dump some points in the strength just to help with that. And that's true. Wisdom is a real saving throw. There is that as well. ASI is not automatic stat increase. It's ability score increase is what it stands for. Ability score increase. Every 4th level in the class, you get to pick a feat or do an ability score increase. Yeah, I like this. So yeah, Wisdom is a very helpful saving throw. Wisdom helps our perception. I think I like this. I think this feels fairly mini-maxy. And yeah, that's a good question about the melee. Because here, yeah, we might focus him on archery now. Because, I mean, obviously Dolores is staying as a frontliner. Now Shadowheart is definitely not, although, like, she could still be sort of fairly tough with some things, but I think I'm mostly going to keep her kind of as a range with spellcasting as well. I'm definitely tempted to recruit Karlach. All I know about her is that she's a melee type person. That's it. I have no idea where that's going to go, but I'm very curious. So, okay, I think I'm happy with this. Although, no, I think we have to take the ability score increase first. Just because it's going to be fairly substantial. So probably our second feat will be Sharpshooter. Oh, it's tough. If I'm not taking the ASI at level 4, if I'm just going to be taking Sharpshooter, then I probably could do this, just even out the stats and then put them somewhere else. But I think, I don't know. We'll do this. Okay, so we're starting with this. And I think the thing to do is going to be to go into the Rogue immediately. Sharpshooter. Maybe we just delay the ASI and just take Sharpshooter. A lot of people seem to like it. Depends. Yeah, I mean, if I'm going to be playing in range, I guess it makes sense. But, I think I'm going to give him back a Thief level. If nothing else, now I'm not saying that Rogue is necessarily optimal in this situation, but flavor-wise, I still kind of want him to count as being this. It's going to feel good. I'm going to do it. I'm not saying it's optimal, but it's going to feel right to go ahead and do this. And then I probably will maybe try to put him in the Assassin, and we can do some really cool opening shots. So, we are getting the double sleight of hands. I guess it's redundant with our stealth proficiency from earlier, but that's okay. And yeah, I think the acrobatics is going to be fine over here. I think I'm quite happy with this. Oh, you know what? That's a good point. What if I just went 16-16? You know what? Because then it comes out to exactly the same later. Yeah, that's a good point. Hold on. Reload. Respec Exterion. Because then even if I went ASI, I'd go from a 16 to an 18, and the end result is still 18 Dex, 16 Con. But the benefit of going 16-16 now is I get the better Con. Yeah. Okay, I like it. Very convinced.
I shall be here as...
Ranger. Favorite enemy, Bounty Hunter. National Explorer, Wasteland Wanderer, Fire. Clear this. 16, 16, 14 Wisdom. And then I was just putting points in the Strength for yumpy stuff. So I think we were just getting the expert. Oh no, we did have the sleight of hands. No, we did need it. You're right. Yeah, because you get expertise in something you're already proficient in. Okay. Don't need the nature side of things. I do want athletics. I think this is what I'd pick, right? I'm pretty sure. Hate to have to reload again, but this feels right. No one in chat is saying anything screaming otherwise, so that's good. Excellent. All right, let's assume I didn't F up. And yeah, again, not saying it's optimal, but I'm still going to go and take the 1 level dip into Rogue right away, which might turn into a level 3 or even level 4 dip. We will find out later on. But just to be true to his origin, we're going to go ahead and do that. And then, yeah, abilities, acrobatics, expertise in sleight of hand and stealth. Great stuff. And go. And then we get the interesting thing, because I think 1 level of Rogue, 3 levels of Rogue, or 4 levels of Rogue are all very valid choices here for Asterion. The 1 level dip just for the expertise, so we can keep doing roguey things, that's fine. A 3 level dip so that we can get Assassin, I think that's also fine. 4th level dip just to get the feat / ASI being an optimal number, also fine. I think I'm just going to leave it to the 1 right now, and instead what we're going to do is we're going to focus up to getting up to the Gloom Stalker, because that sounds exciting. Now that is going to give us spells, which... fine. We don't need Long Strider, we don't need to Speak with Animals, Dell's going to have that covered. We could just throw a little Cure Wound in here. Also, Goodberry. Now, Goodberry seems like maybe a little annoying to like do some things. Yeah, level 2 dip for Cunning Actions, also quite strong. That's also a good point. Oh, Hunter's Mark. Mark your creature. Right, just works like exactly like Hex. Let's get that. So we'd have to pre-cast the Goodberries. Well, you know what? We might not end up using the spell slots for anything other than the Hunter's Mark. I don't need the jump because Del can just swap to it whenever. Actually, because this is learned. This is not prepared. This is learned. So we can't swap whenever we want. But yeah, I can get Enhanced Leap on Del's side whenever we want it, so I don't need that. Fog could be interesting. Oh yeah, the Bounty Hunter specifically boosts Ensnaring Strike. I didn't realize that was a spell. I thought that was just like an ability that we had. So let's take that. Because I think it said that it gives them disadvantage to this. Creatures you hit with Ensnaring Strike have disadvantage on their saving throws. Oh, ranged. Is there a melee one? Is the melee one built in? And it's the range one we have to learn as a spell? But I think we're going to take it. I think it's quite good. And then fighting style. So this is a great, big, huge question mark, right? Because how are we defining his role? If we are going to go sharpshooter, which does have potential for massive amounts of damage, then I think archery is a no-brainer, +2 to ranged attacks. On the other hand, if we keep wanting to do like melee stuff, then we go 2-weapon fighting. Right, so that we can add our ability modifier to the damage of the attack, which means our +3 from our dex, which later on will become a +4, would be added to our offhand attack. Just a substantially more amount of damage. But maybe we do just play him as a sniper. See, here's the thing. I like him up close and personal, because it feels like a little bit more vampy, plus it puts him in a good position to use his Vampiric Bite, which is really good. But if we're going to have, like, at the very least, Del in melee, and let's say he and Shadowheart may be doing some range thing, and then the third slot stays kind of open, and it opens itself up for either us actually running Lae'zel or running Karlach as our fourth person in the group as a meleeer, right? Maybe putting Will aside. Because I think Will's quite cool, but I don't know if he's vibing with me this run. Plus, I don't think he's going to approve a lot of decisions we're going to do. Misses do 0 damage, that's true. So I think we will go archery. And I feel bad, because I feel like Astarion deserves to be up and close and personal, so he can be covered in the blood of his enemies and get a little snack midway fight. But I think that it's very easy to agree that he's going to be a stupendous archer for this build. So we're going to go with this. I will accept. Bum, 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 bum. And we are going to level up as a ranger. We are not going to take Beastmaster specialization. We're going to take Gloom Stalker. So, Dread Ambusher. Specialize in taking out foes swiftly and ruthlessly. You gain +3 bonus to initiative. Awesome. First turn of combat, we also get a movement speed boost. And our first attack, an extra 1d8 damage. That's cool. Superior Dark Vision. You can see up to 24 meters. All right, we love that. And I think you get that regardless of your... I don't know if it just upgrades your Dark Vision one step, because he already had regular Dark Vision, or if it just always gives you Superior, which means if you're playing a race that doesn't have Dark Vision, this is quite cool. We get back our bonus... Well, yeah, see, from Gloomstalker, we get a bonus hide. So if we don't go to level 2 Rogue, which gives us Cunning Action, we still have a bonus action hide by virtue of being the Gloomstalker, which does make the Rogue levels a little less critical feeling, right? Or if we do go up in Rogue more, then we end up with some amount of redundancy because we get 2 bonus action hide, which doesn't actually help us. But also Umbral Shout here, so we can become invisible if obscured. So it's a full action, but we do have the ability to do invisible. And it's not if you're standing still. It's not like the Warlock one. We can cast invisibility and then move around. And then we get a spell, Disguise Self, although I think we get Disguise Self built in regardless, and then we get another spell here that we can pick. So I am actually wondering about Fog Cloud, so that we can sort of cancel out one section of a map. Just as an option. Or we spend an action at the start of the day making some good berries that other people will eat, but you only get 1d4 healing per one. Now, I think we'll take Cloud as an option here. I like it. Will the auto crit from Assassin give extra damage to the Dread Ambusher? That's actually, I believe that's one of the reasons that Assassin and Gloomstalker is considered so strong, because I think that extra D8 that you do in the first round of combat does benefit from the auto crit of the Assassin, so that it becomes, instead of a D8, it becomes a flat 8 damage, which is really strong. All my spells so far are concentration. Yeah, that's a good point. So I mean, we'll be picking, choosing. Almost certainly, all we're going to be doing is Hunter's Mark. Probably all of our spell casts per day are going to go towards Hunter's Mark. Well, I mean, we could maintain it. But I don't think I need this. I don't know. Maybe it's an interesting point. We could just pick up a heal for some out-of-combat utility instead. Yeah, you can't mark plus fog. So maybe we just do this just in case we need another heal option. I think that's fine. We could change our mind. We get to replace from time to time, so we could always change our mind later on. Okay, and there we go. So yeah, next level. Are we level 5 total? Wait. Oh no, okay, it's adding it up. I thought it was saying level 4 Ranger, and I was thinking level 1 Rogue. So next level, I think we go up Ranger again, so that we can get the ability score increase, or Marksman, rather, Sharpshooter, rather. And then after that, yeah, level 5 Ranger's got a pretty good boost. Then maybe that's the thing. After level 5 Ranger, we go back and maybe put 2 more levels in Rogue for the Assassin, just for a huge Alpha Strike. I feel all right. All right, we're not gonna respec anything else. That's gonna be fine. You know what? I'll call this a Post-Respec. You can't. Oh, you know what? You're right. Maybe I should have good berried for the out of combat healing. Maybe I'll replace the cure wounds with the good berries for the out of combat.
I wish to live in more interesting times.
Are you?
What a day.
Never a dull
You can wear your
moment.
actual armor there, buddy.
If not over, then through.
You run a stare in this way, become pivotal in the group. So much potential. You do have unlimited respecs. They cost 100 gold, so it's not free, but it's very affordable. Cross the bridge and go right, or do we go down to the water? Let's cross the bridge and then go right. Oh yes, thank you. We gotta reset our long striders and whatnot.
This should help.
On the characters that got respec. Oh, that was enhanced sleep. Luckily, that's still just a ritual spell, so I didn't waste the spell slot there. Alright, that's looking good. Actual pressure. That's a big trail of bodies.
Something tore right through these people. They didn't stand a chance.
Got some gnolls up there. We got some hyenas down here. Let's do high ground, because if the hyenas jump in, we will have the high ground on them.
What path lies before me?
Let's have some fun.
What to do?
Now, I could go and be like, great, I still give everyone a chance to do this. I don't think there's a conversation opening up here. I think we just get ready for an opening attack. And the only question mark becomes, who do we do the opening attack with? Staren's already hidden, so that's going to be okay. Although Will's going to want to go and Hex first anyway. Although I guess Astarion would kind of love to do his Hunter's Mark first. Okay, moot point. They moved enough to start that.
I can't waste any more time. Watching and waiting.
How about I just spike growth these guys?
I'll strike you down.
Good. Again.
I have to survive this.
Right, I need to reorganize her spells and things like that. So now her Firebolt's not going to be very good. We'd been using it a little bit beforehand, but her int is only an 8 now. Her Firebolt is crap. We're going to make use of Sacred Flame, I think, for our regular attack cantrip. Still not great. High ground doesn't actually help getting the aim on that, but... I mean, I could start with Scorching Rays. I don't know. I want to save my spells for now.
Down with you.
Strength in silence. Strike from the shadows.
Excellent.
Although I suppose the Firebolt would have maybe had advantage for this opening round, and actually probably would have been a better choice. Alright, Asterion, I don't want you to break your stealth. I think we will have to get you a different range weapon. I'm just realizing we didn't check that equipment currently. So Ensnaring Strike does damage and Ensnare, although I don't actually need to Ensnare anyone currently. Am I not hidden? Oh no, that's right, I got spotted. I might be able to re-hide, but I don't think I'd get a shot off. Why does Cleric use it to cast spells? It's because it's from her race. It's not her Firebolt's not from her class or anything like that. Yeah, none of these sneak attacks are gonna be sneak attacks. And this, I'm assuming. No! Like here. Oh no, so this is an actual ability to use. Interesting, it's not on an auto trigger.
That won't work.
Of course we'll miss. Alright, let's come back over here. We might still be able to do some sneaky, tidy stuff. Okay.
Keep going.
Yep, keep walking there, buddy. Aw. Right, so my primary attack's already used, my primary action, I got bonus stuff. I don't know, what I'll do right now is just work to move over here, keep breaking line of sight, so if they want to move, if they want to hit me, maybe they'll have to walk more. This one doesn't have a range attack anyway. Jeez! Hey, we got some food coming! What is? With the spicy wine pizza, thank you so much! Nolish, spicy, sweet, and made with cured meats. Oh, I do love a rhyme. Thank you very much, Parduk. Oh, that's fantastic. I suspect we can't get any kind of high ground or anything like that. I already used my action this round, so. Hee-hee! Yeah, interesting. Can I jump to here? Would cost my bonus action, and I don't have more than one bonus action anymore. So if I could go there, I might be able to get a hide off. But no, I think over here, we're just going to be doing regular range type attacks. They're a little bit clustered. Let's use one of our... Although, you know what? They don't have that many hit points. Never mind. That uses spell. Can't sneak attack. Piercing shot. Refreshes on a short rest. I don't think we need that. I think just a regular attack is going to be okay.
Break them.
Yeah, we have to fix our weapons here. Well, I might have been able to Misty Step over here. We do get that back on a short rest. Oh, I forgot the Hunter's Mark. I could have done it this time. Okay, I have to remember that I've got to, like, my AI has to be updated in the same way as Will, in that I have to be ready to Hunter's Mark, because I should have thrown that on there.
Fast.
So in this situation, we can check the 2-hit rate with the Flame Bolt, yeah, which won't be as good as the Sacred Flame. Although the Sacred Flame's not going to be stupendous either. It's slightly harder to hit this one, but I'm going to try because there's more of a chance if it does fail that it'll die. But it didn't know, so that's alright. Alright, come at me, bros. Oh, I should have moved her for more cover to force them to move more. Short range. 3 meters, no. I was gonna say maybe getting at the edge here and I can poison blast them, but that's a no-go. So we'll just get Del to use just some regular attacks here. It's gonna be fine.